Man shouldn't make videos when she's tired. I look a little funky today, and I'm going to continue to hold my hand on my chin because I have a huge ass bit on my face right now, but we're gonna deal with it. So this is kind of gonna be my diary. It's semi-creative and it helps me feel productive even if it's not. That's the thing. I don't want these to be a big deal. That's always what stopped me from doing any videos in the first place, is because I always treated it as a huge deal. Like I would have to get a really, really fancy camera and a really, really fancy mic, and I'd have to take editing classes for this stupid stuff that, you don't need. Yes, it's helpful if you want to be entertaining. Of course it is. But that's not my goal. This is nothing that I figured out on my own. I watch a lot of YouTube. When you're not creating, you do a lot of watching. And all their stuff is just so good and so polished and beautiful. Like WheezyWare. You can tell. He turns on the camera, he's got a frickin' plan. I'd love to do some planned videos that are nice and portfolio worthy. I think once you start planning, becomes a little less real. You're not just a talker anymore. You're a producer and a director and an editor. And because you are also the talent, you are the person on camera, you're the person who has to know what they're talking about, and you have to think about your words, the meanings of your words, and all that other directing photography stuff. And it loses it. You can't focus as much as what you want to say. At the end of these videos, I think to myself, man, I have a much clearer view of what I want from this channel. It'll probably change on the next one I do. I have a clear goal in mind, to talk. Like, I love talking to other people about stuff like this, about these ideas and life experiences and stuff. Sometimes you just have to say them to yourself, because that way they're not subjective anymore. Or at least a little bit. Like, I know I'm emoting more facially and verbally, probably, than I would in real life. Because when I watch these, it does feel like an extension of my personality. Like, I'm not like that all the time, but it's not a completely different character. It's a more engaged version of myself, and maybe that's why I don't like the whole planning thing, because then I feel less engaged in what I'm talking about, because I'm more engaged in, how it looks in the overall production. So, on that good note, ending.